Yeah, we are live. Hello, everyone. I welcome you today to a session on nurturing a healthy generation of children through nutrition, which is conducted by Apollo Credit. To speak on this topic today, I would like to welcome Dr. Kiranmay Adu. She is our in-house internal consultant with with Jubilee Hills
Apollo.
Hospital of Apollo in Hyderabad. And to give a brief background about her, she has done an MSc in Applied Nutrition from National Institute of Nutrition, and she's also done a PhD from there. It's a wonderful topic that we all would want to know that how nutrition would really help us to nurture a future generation. What all things we should take care of. So, ma'am, we are all eager to hear from you. We welcome you to this session, and it all yours, ma'am. I will
Okay.
keep as the question comes in. I will keep posting it in the chat, and you can answer it at the end of the session. It all
Yes.
yours, and we are looking forward to hear from you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for a lovely introduction. So, yeah, I'm really excited to interact with all the parents here who are inquisitive to know about their child's health and their nutritional status. So, today's topic is nurturing healthy generation of children through nutrition. Like nutrition plays an extremely essential role in your child's health from the infancy stage, then followed by toddlers, then preschoolers, then adolescent, and then so on. So, nourishment plays an extremely important role. So, a healthy diet helps children grow and learn. So, in this growth and development phase, nutrition at a very tender age itself is extremely important for healthy bones, healthy teeth, overall skin health, hair health, then organ nourishment, and we should even ensure that the children should not have any sort of deficiencies, or they should not have excess of nutrients in the diet. Also might lead to a double burden of disease called as overweight and obesity. So what is extremely important here for children to grow and develop in a healthy way is a balanced diet. Along with balanced diet, physical activity, and their memory health, their brain health. So each and every organ is extremely important, and nutrition is directly it is going to have an impact with all these. So today I have some interesting tips and guidelines to share with all the parents who are interested to know about their child's health and nutrition. So, first is I'm going to give you all five important guidelines. First one is make half of what is in your child's plate like fruits and vegetables. Like fruits and vegetables are mandatory to include in your child's plate every single day. At least two types of fruits and two types of vegetables, and every day keep changing the colors of fruits. Like introduce a rainbow diet to them. That way, they are going to get antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and phytochemicals in their diet. Second important nutrition guideline is choose healthy sources of protein such as lean meat. Lean meat includes white meat like skinless chicken and fish, then nuts, all the dry fruits and eggs. They're all very rich sources of proteins and essential fatty acids, which are extremely important for your children's growth and nourishment. Third important nutrition guideline is serve whole grain breads and cereals because they are high in fiber, and you need to reduce refined grains. So anything which is in white, like white rice, white sugar, maida, all these refined products should be reduced, and introduce more of whole grains or millets in your child's diet, like ragi, oats, bajra, jowar. All these millets are very rich in calcium and other nutrients, which are very extremely rich in soluble fiber, which helps in smooth digestion, and they contain adequate nutrients for your child's growth and development. Then, fourth important guideline is broil, grill, or steam foods instead of frying them. Instead of deep frying, my suggestion is it is always good to encourage healthy foods like steamed vegetables or grilled chicken, grilled fish, That way, you're minimizing the oil intake in your child's diet, and you're ensuring that they're getting the perfect portion sizes in adequate amounts. Now, the fifth important guideline is limit fast food and junk food. I understand that children who entered the school stage or the preschooling children, especially in this COVID times, snacking in front of the TV, the screen time has increased. Due to that, what is happening is there is excess intake of deep fried foods, junk foods, lot of cravings. The hunger levels are being triggered for children. So you can actually ensure that you're giving them something which is healthy, tasty, and nutritious for your kids by making the diet very colorful and interesting, by adding millets to snacks. So snacks should have an exciting punch to it. Like, you can give them a fruit punch or a fruit salad or a fruit milkshake or a fruit custard, or something like a vegetable cutlet, which is with just a drizzle of olive oil. So there are many interesting snack ideas. Then the sixth important nutrition guideline is offer water or milk instead of sugary fruit drinks and sodas. All right. So now I'm going to talk about the important nutrition guidelines, especially for toddler and preschool nutritional requirements. So first, I would like all the parents to know that what is the importance of nutrition in your child's life. The eating habits established now impact food habits and health later in life. So, toddlers and preschoolers need adequate intake in order to achieve full growth and development potential. Then, undernutrition impairs children's cognitive development as well as their ability to explore their environments. Then long-term effects of undernutrition, like cognitive impairment, may be prevented or reduced with adequate nutrition and environmental support. It is very important to maintain growth charts in children, especially their height, their weight, and weekly once you all have to monitor their height and weight. And they do have cognitive impairment if the nutrition is not proper. I see so many parents complaining that they have a very less attention span, or probably they might they're forgetting things, or they're not very attentive. So all these are common issues faced by children, but it can be prevented or reduced to a very certain extent by including the right nutrients in your child's diet. So infants triple the birth weight in first 12 months, but growth slows after that. So toddlers gain around zero point 0.5 lbas and zero point 0.4 per month. So preschoolers gain about 4.4 lbas and 2.75 per year. So decrease in growth rate accompanied by decrease in appetite and food intake. So a lot of children complain of loss of appetite, which is also called as anorexia. So, in order to prevent loss of appetite, as parents, you all have to ensure a healthy balance with nutrition as well as physical activity. I see so many parents complaining that the children keep running around. The physical activity is very high, but they're very fussy eaters, and a lot of parents, they force feed their children, which should be avoided. Next, I would like to emphasize on growth charts. It's very important to monitor the growth charts for your children, like weight for age, weight for length, weight for stature. So, healthcare professional like your pediatrician can plot and monitor that. Then there is something called as CDC growth charts. The body mass index, it provides guidelines for assessing underweight and overweight children. So predictive of body fat for children over 2 years of age. So there are different grades of BMI. So basing on the percentile, we are going to tell whether the child is overweight or underweight or obese. So basing on the growth charts, we can actually decide. Then physiological development in toddlers. So most children, they begin to walk independently by their first birthday, which is amazing. Then gross motor skills such as sitting on a small chair, climbing on furniture, waking up and downstairs, sorry, walking up and downstairs, jumping in place, they develop rapidly at this age. Increasingly mobile and independent, can explore environment. By 36 months, they can ride a tricycle. So children slowly, they are developing the motor skills, such as they want to explore and understand new things. So And cognitive development in toddlers. Cognitive development means the brain development. So in order to improve the brain development, what is more important is to include protein rich foods like nuts, oil seeds, milk and milk products, lean meats and eggs. These all act like uh, a beautiful relation to brain development and brain growth. So at this age what happens is children, toddlers, they develop new relationships, imitate others, learn about families, cultural customs. Then fears emerge during this period. Vocabulary is like 100 plus words at 2 years of age. Then by 36 months, child can use 3 word sentences, increased determination to express their own will, temper tantrums. They can easily become frustrated and negative. So children are very fragile at this age, at 1 year and all. So it is very important to groom them in a very right or a proper way. Then toddlers can handle chopped or soft table foods. At 18 to 24 months, toddlers are able to use the tongue to clean the lips and have well developed rotary chew movements. So now the toddler can handle meats, raw fruits, and vegetables and multiple textures of food. So they have a strong need for independence and self feeding. So increasing fine motor and visual motor coordination skills allows toddlers to use cups and spoons more effectively, though they may prefer to eat with their hands. Finger foods are very important. Now, tips for parents is keep distractions, like for example, that is TV to a minimum during meal times. For example, we as adults, if we are given a biryani packet or something like a junk food, and we are watching some movie on Netflix, what happens is we end up eating more. So the same thing applies for children as well. So allow their toddlers to practice self-feeding skills and to experience, new foods and textures, no matter how messy. So risk of choking at this age is a little higher. So you'll need to ensure some basic tips. Toddlers should always be seated during meals and snacks. Then high chair or booster seat with the family. Then foods that may cause choking, like hard candy, popcorn, nuts, whole grapes, and hot dogs, should not be served to children less than 2 years of age. Practice healthy and nutritious meals at a very tender age for your kids. Then feeding behavior of toddlers. Many toddlers, they demonstrate strong food preferences and dislikes. They have liking and disliking towards certain foods. They develop aversions. So my suggestion as a dietitian is serve new foods along with familiar foods, because every family has different food cultural patterns. So basing on your food culture, you can actually teach them about different foods, and let them try some finger foods. Serve new foods when the child is hungry. Other family members should eat the new foods in front of the toddler. So, mealtime is an opportunity for parents to model healthy eating behaviors, then toddlers to practice language and social skills to develop a positive self image. Not Meal timings are not the time for battles or force feedings, because children shouldn't feel forced by parents. The thumb rule here is serving size is 1 tablespoon of food per year of age. So a serving for 2-year-old child would be about 2 tablespoons, because toddlers can't eat a large amount of food at one time. So snacks are vital, and they're very important in meeting the child's nutritional needs. Toddlers should not be allowed to graze throughout the day or sweetened beverages and foods such as cookies and chips. So these foods can lower their appetite for basic foods at meals. So establish regular but flexible meal and snack times to allow enough time in between for child to get hungry. Then developments in preschool children. Usually in preschool children, there is fine motor capabilities which are going to expand. At age 4, a child can hop, jump on one foot, climb, ride a tricycle or bicycle with training wheels, and can throw a ball overhand. So magical thinking and egocentrism, not able to accept another's point of view. So they play moves towards more organized group play such as tag or house. Temper tantrums peak between the ages of 2 to 4 years for children. So between ages 2 to 5, vocabularies increase from 50 to 100 words to more than 2000 words and complete sentences. So development of feeding skills in preschool children is use a fork, spoon, and cup well. Teach them how to use a fork, spoon, and even cup feeding should be taught. Cutting and spreading with a knife may need some refinement. Eating not as messy as in toddlerhood. Unintentional spills. Then modify foods to minimize risk of choking. Cut grapes in half lengthwise and cut hot dogs in quarters lengthwise and cutting into small bites. Learn to develop small and frequent meals rather than force feeding your children into large bulky meals. Every 2 hours, children have to eat something new, interesting, and tasty and nutritious. Children want to be helpful and to please their parents and caretakers. So, good time to teach children about food, food selection, and preparation is get them involved. Get your children involved in grocery shopping. Let them understand that they have to read food labels when you're actually shopping for some grocery food items, especially when you're purchasing a packaged food item. You as an adult or a parent should know what is inside the food packet. For example, if you're buying a chips packet or a biscuit packet, learn to understand what is present inside it. What is the nutritional formula you're feeding your child? So, at a very young age, if you're teaching children about the right food habits, it is going to be very helpful in the long run. So that is very important. Then appropriate kitchen activities and innate ability to control the energy intake. So ability to self regulate the food intake is very important. If allowed to decide when to eat and when to stop eating without outside interference, children will eat only as much as they need, which is an extremely important thing. And you should adjust their caloric intake to meet energy needs. Adjusting caloric intake can be only done by a dietitian, basing on your child's height, weight, the growth, and even their food preferences, their food allergies. All these would be taken into account. The energy expenditure of children should match with their physical activity. Then avoid using food as rewards or forcing child to clean their plate. So do not use food as rewards. So that's again going to become very negative. 3-year-old versus 5-year-old study. Recently, there was a research study where I would like to just brief it up. Children served either small, medium, or large portions of macaroni and cheese along with standard amounts of other foods. So the research analysis stated that the amount of food eaten showed that portion size did not affect the younger children's intakes. Their intakes remained the same despite the amount of food served to them. Whereas for 5-year-old children's intakes increased significantly with larger portion sizes. By 5 years of age, children are influenced by external factors rather than internal cues such as hunger and satiety signals. So, all you all have to understand is as the child is growing, their nutritional needs and requirements are also becoming higher. So, by keeping that into account, the serving sizes matter a lot. Then, familiar foods may be comforting to the child. The child may be trying to exert control over this aspect of his or her life. Always remember appetite and food intake of preschoolers. They become like picky eaters. They're very choosy. They're very selective about certain foods. So, suggestions as a dietitian, I would like to suggest that first one is serve child sized portions, serve food in an attractive way. For example, broccoli is a very interesting food which is very rich in vitamin C, fiber, and minerals and vitamins. So, you can actually boil or steam them or make it like a nice salad and saute them and put it on a plate for children and make it look like trees and with some carrots around, sliced carrots around. So that way it looks very colorful, attractive to the kids, and they feel like eating it. Do not force feed your children. This is one example I wanted to give. Limit snacking and drinks between meals as to not kill appetite at meal times. Because the major meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner should not be skipped and it has to be given at the right times. But you should even ensure that there is a mid morning snack and there is an evening snack item. So, in that way, the right portion sizes can be maintained for children. May take 8 to 10 exposures to new food before it is accepted. Children raised in an environment where all members of the family eat a variety of foods are more likely to eat a variety of foods. So, food preferences, their own food habits and food preferences are established at this time, influenced by parents, caretakers, peers, siblings, and TV. Spending more time away from home. Suppose I see so many parents who leave their children at daycare centers or preschool, preschoolers. So what happens is at this age, children do not like strongly flavored vegetables, spicy, sour, or bitter food. They do not like food touching or mixed together in casseroles or salads. So children naturally prefer something which is sweet and slightly salty in taste. So food served on a limited basis but used as a reward becomes highly desirable. Forcing children to eat foods can have a long term negative impact on their food preferences for these foods. So keep that in mind. Now comes the main aspect, the nutrition recommendations. So, basing on their age, gender, weight, height, the sedentary lifestyle, or low activity or activity scale, or very activity scale, children ages between 13 to 35 months, there are different energy requirements. The calorie requirements change for each child because every child is special, every child is unique, basing on their food intake, and so many factors are taken into account. That way, we give them a customized diet chart. Next, I would like to emphasize on protein needs. So, ingestion of high quality proteins such as milk and other animal products, it lowers the amount of total protein needed in the diet to provide the essential amino acids. So, the recommended dietary allowance of daily dietary intake levels sufficient to meet the nutrient requirements is nearly 97 to 98% of healthy individuals in a population group. So, protein plays a very important role. Then, vitamins and minerals. Most children from birth to 5 years are meeting targeted levels of consumption of most nutrients and good sources of iron. Iron is an extremely important mineral for a child's healthy growth and development. Some of the iron rich foods include all the dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, amaranth leaves, drumstick leaves, fenugreek leaves. So, all these leafy vegetables should be included as a part and parcel of the diet. You can add these leafy vegetables in a saute form, or probably you can add them in dals, or you can make it more interesting, like in a paratha form, something like a spinach paratha or a palak paneer paratha style. That way, they're going to get iron, calcium, fiber, and essential carbohydrates in the child's diet. The diet should always be interesting, tasty, attractive, and healthy for the children. So some of the iron-rich foods include mutton liver, then all the non-vegetarian food items like chicken, fish, red meat. Red meat is actually very higher in iron content. All the vegetarians should not worry as they're going to get some amount of iron through dark green leafy vegetables, nuts, beans, then raisins, prunes. The breakfast cereals nowadays are also fortified with iron, which can be included in your child's diet. Next, zinc plays a very important role in a child's diet because zinc actually helps in an excellent growth and development phase. So, some of the zinc rich foods include dried beans, chicken, then split peas. Breakfast cereals are also fortified with zinc nowadays, then oatmeal, peanut butter, the cheddar cheese, and all the fruits and vegetables contain some amount of zinc. So please do include zinc-rich foods in your child's diet. Now coming to calcium, adequate calcium intake in childhood affects peak bone mass. So 21% of children around 2 to 8 years consume less than their dietary recommendation for calcium. So some of the calcium-rich foods are milk and milk products, it could be low fat yogurt or fruit flavored yogurt, milk, cheese, pudding, ice cream, frozen yogurt, cottage cheese. All these are good sources of calcium. Even spinach, kale, and broccoli, they contain a considerable amount of calcium. Legumes like tofu, beans are also good sources of calcium. Foods fortified with calcium include frozen waffles, soy milk, and breakfast cereals. Common nutrition problems which I hear from parents of toddlers and preschoolers are iron deficiency anemia. So please do include iron rich foods in your child's diet. And to prevent iron deficiency, supplementation with iron drops 3 mg per kg per day is important, or counseling parents or caretakers about the diet is extremely important. I even see dental caries in children at a very young age, probably because the primary cause is habitual use of a bottle with milk or fruit juice at bedtime throughout the day, or eating a lot of chocolates can also lead to tooth decay. So please prevent, in order to prevent this, please consult a qualified dietitian and get a good diet plan customized for your children. Then some of the children even have fluoride deficiency. So in order to prevent fluorosis, it is good to follow a good toothpaste which has a fluoride content in it at the right amount. Then constipation is something which I see as a common complaint. Hard and dry stools associated with painful bowel movements. So diets adequate in total or dietary fiber, they can prevent constipation. And there are some fiber-rich formulas, but according to me as a dietitian, I would suggest that include more of high fiber foods like fruits, vegetables. Then healthy drinks like coconut water, barley water, sago water, fruit juices without sugar can actually help in preventing constipation to a very good extent. Avoid too much fiber, however, as it can cause diarrhea in young children. So anything of too much is too bad, which might lead to overweight, obesity, or any other health issue. Anything of too less also leads to deficiency. So uh, then any other queries, you all can please feel free to reach out to me. Last but not the least, I'll just brief up. Yeah, last but not the least, I would like to brief up about 6 important nutrition guidelines. First one is make half of your child's plate into fruits and vegetables, colorful variety of fruits and vegetables, as they are very rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and phytonutrients, which is essential for overall organ health in your child's diet. Second important thing is choose healthy sources of protein. Protein is important for hair health, skin health, proper growth and development of your child's health. Third important guideline is serve whole grain breads and cereals because they are high in fiber and reduce refined grains. Then fourth one is broil, grill or steam foods instead of deep frying them. Then limit fast food and junk food. Then last but not the least, offer water or milk instead of sugary fruit drinks and sodas. So any other queries, feel free to shoot up your questions. Right. So there is one question: what should be the food which breaks for child in age group of 2 to 3 years? So for 2 to 3 years, children, you can make the diet very interesting. You can give them something like an oats cupcake, or probably a ragi halwa, or probably you can include some, a fruit custard or a fruit yogurt or a fruit milkshake, something which is healthy, tasty, and colorful for the child. So it could be an excellent mid-morning option, or in the evening snack time also you can include that. Or even for breakfast, a simple breakfast option is in a glass of milk you can just add some oats and banana to it and a handful of dry fruits. So that becomes a complete wholesome breakfast. So this could be an excellent option. The next query is how many times can we give chocolates to kids in a week? So it depends upon the child's growth and craving for chocolate. So chocolate probably 2 cubes in 1 week. That too it depends upon which kind of chocolate are you giving them. Preferably it should be a dark chocolate with nuts. So 2 cubes per week should be fine. Then, ma'am, can you throw some light on nutrition for children in age group 10 to 13 years? What type of nutrition and food is required for children in age group of 10 to 13 years? Fine. For 10 to 13 years, it's a rapid growing and development phase where the energy requirements increase, the protein requirements increase, the calcium requirements increase, the iron requirements increase. And that is the age where there is a rapid bone growth, and even puberty is going to hit. There is change in voice, hair starts growing in different places and private places, and Children tend to have mood swings. So, for both mental health, physical health, intellectual health, and overall health, what is important is ideal protein foods, calcium rich foods, and iron rich foods. So, focus more on protein, calcium, and iron, especially for children in the age group of 10 to 13 years. So, by including this, the children, will have a balanced way of approaching towards foods. Yeah. So, last but not the least, what I would like to emphasize is please do focus on your overall health of your children, their mental health, their physical well-being, their spiritual well-being, and their intellectual well-being by including a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, meat and meat products, cereals, pulses, legumes in the right amounts. So when I say right amounts, one size does not fit all, right? In the same manner, one diet does not suit everybody. So it is going to be customized and personalized for each and every individual. So all the best if you all are looking for detailed nutrition diet plans. Do consult me. I am dietitian Kiranmai working at Apollo Cradle Hospital, Jubilee Hills. So any queries anytime, feel free to reach out to me. All the best to all the young parents who are grooming their children regarding the food habits. Do not force feed your children. Do not try to compel them, and always remember the dining table is not a battlefield. It should be a very comforting area for your children. Thank you very much. Feel free to reach out to me for further details on nutrition. Thank you.